Okay, above average with another tip video. This one is a very quick one. It's basically when you deck build, make sure you deck build to lose to something. So a lot of people, what they try to do is they try to cover every matchup that's in the format, and like most formats aren't 1 to 2 deck formats. Most formats contain like there's always like a rogue deck that's really good in the format, like Flunderees, or there's always a Flunderees in the format, right? So try to pick a deck and lose to it. Like when you're deck building, know that in your mind, okay, if I go against this deck, I'll lose. Like if I go against this deck and they win the dice roll, I know I'm gonna lose. You should have that in your mind. Because if you try to cover everything, like, oh, I need to have this card, I need to main this card for this deck and main this card for that deck, you should just accept the fact that if you do end up playing against Flunderees or, you know, whatever deck, you pick the deck, game 1 and they win a dice roll, they win. You should just accept it. And then post-siding, you know, especially, you know, you're going to be going first, you should be able to win. But yeah, don't try to cover every deck in the format in your main deck. It's not a good idea. You might not see like Book of Moon might be really good against that deck, but it might not be good against like the best deck, right? So it wouldn't be smart to main deck that deck. Sure, you know, your deck loses hard to Flunderees, but you know, if you win the dice roll with variance, you still might not end up winning. Even though a deck is your worst matchup, you could still win. It's not like, oh, okay, it's my worst matchup, I ought to lose. It's not really like that. You know, people brick, they might draw suboptimal, you might draw really well, you might draw your hand traps, they might draw one way to push. You know, there's a lot of that, a lot of variance that could happen. So, yeah, I encourage you to pick a deck in the format and lose to it. Lose to it if you lose a dice roll and they go first. And then deck build around the other decks in the format, like the best decks. That's pretty much it.